Dating with Gracie. Let's see if this is based advice or dog advice, as usual.
Here's why intelligent men struggle with dating. And it is, in my personal and professional opinion, that smart and successful men have the hardest time dating. And it's because they are the guys who have mastered the skill of analyzing and perfecting things. As an intelligent guy, this skill has probably served you really well in other areas of your life, like your career, but it doesn't work well for you in your dating life. Because the more you analyze in your dating life, the more you overthink. So instead of approaching that cute girl, for example, you start to overthink every possible outcome that could happen, or you spend your time trying to think of the perfect thing to say.
Okay, so she's right about this in one way. I think she's missing out on a very important demographic of guys that she sort of glossed over here. Essentially, she's talking about those Silicon Valley tech dorks right now, right? In a lot of cases, these are the types of guys that have those types of problems, right? These are your hyper analytical types that are very, very good at doing specific tasks. But obviously, when it comes to women, that's not what you want. So when it comes to that very specific category, she's correct. But when you're using a broad statement like intelligent, analytical guys, right? Successful even, there's a lot of other niches that also fit in that category. And this is where it gets a little bit tricky. When you're fully aware of the game, right? When you're fully aware of everything and you have your life sorted out on some level, I think a lot of guys start to know a little bit too much. And I personally don't think you can know too much, but for a lot of people, sometimes knowing a little bit less is advantageous to them, right? Because in some way, ignorance is bliss, right? The less you know about the dynamic stuff, the easier your life can be. It's just that you're at higher risk. These days, if you don't care to know about the intricacies and details and all the deep, dark psychology of everything, it's absolutely mandatory that you buy into the same fantasy as the girl. Now, in this type of arrangement, the truth doesn't really matter anymore, right? You're buying into a joint fantasy. And likely you're going to run that course until something pops that fantasy balloon, whatever that may be. Smart, accomplished guys have a really hard time buying into this because, like this girl said, every aspect of their life benefits them knowing the truth and knowing the answer to everything, right? And understanding how everything works. When it comes to women, understanding how they work may not always benefit you. The main reason for this is that you don't see women the same way when you know everything about them. It's just not the same anymore. When you're a young guy, the appeal of woman is emotionally based. There's a mysterious nature to it because it's something that you just don't understand, but you're attracted to. In previous generations, it was way easier to stay in that haze, right? But we now live in the age of information, so social media, internet, whatever you want to call it. You now know everything because you see it all the time. It's almost impossible to not get affected by this even a little bit. Anyway, we'll get back to the niche of guy that she's talking about, but I did want to point out that broader niche of smart, accomplished guys that she isn't really referring to in this video. Hey guys, before we keep going, I want to let you know about the sponsor of this video, CREMA Social. You've heard me mention it before. It's a dating app which focuses on connecting people through lunch over video. I've done a bunch of dates on there and I really think they've done a great job differentiating themselves from other dating apps. You basically book a date with a girl, she confirms the time, and then you get to know each other over a video call. Whether you're using it to find a match or just to practice talking to real girls, there's plenty of ways you can benefit from CREMA. As you can see, there's lots of attractive women on this app. Once you find a girl you find attractive, you simply invite her to a meal, pick a time that works for you, choose if you want food for her or for yourself. You want to send her a short message as you say, let's get to know each other. And you book the date. They regularly have promotional events where they charge way less for lunches, so stay tuned for those. For a limited time only, CREMA is offering $5 dates. If you're one of those overthinking guys this girl is talking about, this is a great opportunity for you. That's basically it. A super simple way to start talking to women, even if it's just for practice. I can genuinely say I met a lot of great girls on the app and it isn't loaded with bots like plenty of other apps. You get to talk to real girls, and if you both feel chemistry, you can pursue things further. I recommend you give CREMA a try. It's completely free to download. I put the link at the top of the description for you guys, so go check it out and let me know what you think. All right, let's get back to the video.
And find the perfect time to say it. And then you either end up talking yourself out of it completely or just missing the opportunity. So the next time you see a cute girl looking at you, you need to stop overthinking and trying to find the perfect thing to say and just go up and say hi to her. Let me know in the comments if you're one of my smart guys that struggles with this. And as always, feel free to save this video as a helpful reminder that you need to stop overthinking it.
Okay, so when she's talking about overthinking, right? She's talking about nervousness. She packaged nervousness in a different format. It's a little bit counterintuitive because in every aspect of your life, you're planning for the future. When it comes to women, you can't do this. If you're on the date and you're planning for the future too much, she will interpret that as you're coming off too strong. Girls typically don't reward dorky guys because to them, it doesn't come off masculine. A great way to compare this is like Clark Kent, Superman, or Bruce Wayne, Batman. Even when Batman is in his day-to-day form, he's still much more attractive than Clark Kent is. Being hyper-fixated on details oftentimes comes off as feminine. Masculine guys oftentimes fly by the seat of their pants. They just figure it out as they go because they're naturally resourceful. Now, I'm not trying to say it's right or wrong. I'm simply explaining the reality of how girls perceive it despite what they may say. If your goal is to come off more masculine in your interaction with girls, dial back the intelligence and analytical nature for a little bit. Also try to not be overly dorky about topics and instead try to be a little bit more nonchalant. It's good to be passionate about things, but there's a gray area you don't want to cross with certain people. If you like this video, like and subscribe. If you want to see more of my private content, don't forget to check the link in the description below.